Hello, it's Kevin here. It's been a while since I made a video for OET. I haven't really had much of a demand, really. Most of my students want the IELTS test these days. However, I've got a couple of letters people sent me in my group, wherever my finger is, OET right now on Telegram. Link below. I haven't seen this letter before, these particular case notes before, and I'll say two people sent me the same, so I'm going to talk about them and do a correction or two. First things first, fair use, non-profit, etc. I won't show you the case notes because that probably is copyright material, so I better not. You can probably work out from the letters themselves where it's from. You might have seen it, but I can't look at the case notes really in this one. So let's have a look. Oops, get that out of the way. Okay, this is OET right now. You can see it here. Let me get that out of the way, close that off. Okay. So now, the task, apparently, right, it's a discharge, presumably to the GP of a patient, yeah? So that basically means that in terms of content, let me get the writing criteria out. So let's say non-profit, disclaimer, usual thing. Let's get the criteria out. Okay, right, yeah, so this is the official criteria. Let me get my pen out. Okay. So, content appropriate to the reader, right? Key information, no irrelevant information. So these are two sides of the same coin, as it were. So to get a B, you need 350 plus. So that's basically 255555, right? So that's essentially that. If you want more, then you need 6 and 7 and 3. So the first things first. Purpose must be immediately clear. Dear Dr. So-and-so, I want you to do this. I want you to see this person because this reason, right? That's it. There's no need to be writing about, long-winded introductions, right? It's just simply, dear Dr. So-and-so, I'm writing to request your assessment, update, discharge this patient, blah, 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 all right? That's basically it. So the content, key information, no missing details, etc. No irrelevant information, and also your writing style. How do you actually write it? How do you construct your sentences? Are they too wordy? Because I want them to be concise. Quick, precise sentence, quickly, efficiently. Dear Dr. Kev, assess my patient urgently, please. Can you do blah, 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 all right? So you introduce that early, clearly expand on, usually at the end before the closing, in view of the above, I would appreciate your blah, 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 Content, audience awareness. So we'll come to that in a second. Irrelevant, what doesn't the reader need? We'll come to that also here. I think in one of these here, the guy in the hospital is telling the GP the previous medical history of the patient, which obviously they would know this. Yeah, so that would be irrelevancy. Why tell the GP, oh dear Mr. GP, let me tell you the medical history of your patient. Mr. GP, well, I kind of know because he's my patient. So you don't actually need that. And you've got registered tone, organization, how well laid out it is. Okay, so we'll take a look. So let's see, let's look at this first one here. I'll put some changes on. All right. Right, so you usually put name, age, occupation. Yeah, that's how it usually works. You've got the DOB, so you don't strictly need to do so. But if you're gonna do it, so you probably do name, age. So I'm writing to Discharge, Mrs. Vanessa Maric or Maric, for 51-year-old. Well, we know that it's a woman, so you don't have to put that. As I say, usually name, age, occupation, if the occupation is relevant or pertinent. So you could just put here age 51. Okay, we don't really need that, who was admitted into hospital with an acute kidney injury into further care. Okay. Now this is one of the things I'm talking about. So again, I wasn't sent all of the notes. I wasn't sent all of it. The sort of people just said, it's a discharge. Okay. But like I say, if you're writing to the GP, right, or the clinic where that patient is registered, you don't need this because they know it. So that would count as irrelevancy, really. What don't they need? Well, they don't need that, So 10 years blood pressure was well controlled. She's now to be in hospitalizations on the brink of dialysis. Okay, so right, you can sometimes put a history, right, for paragraph 2, yeah. Usually if it's a referral, yeah. So if you're referring a patient to a specialist, they don't know the history or background of the patient. If the history is pertinent, then yeah, put history, paragraph 2. That fills in the gaps. And when you write in the letter about the visits and the treatment, they can see it makes sense from an organisational view, yeah. But if you're writing to a GP, well, but they don't actually need this, and I probably wouldn't put that there in any case. I would probably start here, with, because this acute kidney injury. So, okay, Mrs. Maric was brought to the ER. Right, so to get good scores on the conciseness part, right? Anything that you don't need, like what's it say here? What's it say here? Right? Right, is there any information that could be left out? Right, anything that they don't need. Right, so you don't have to tell us she was brought by an ambulance. Well, yeah, she wasn't presumably brought by a horse and cart. She wasn't brought in a supermarket with a trolley. Yeah, so you don't actually need that. So you could say Mrs. Maric or Maric was admitted. Okay, was admitted, brought by whom? Admitted to the ER on the 27th, 12/19, running fatigue, tiredness. Fatigue and tiredness, it's the same, isn't it? I'm fatigued, I'm probably tired. So, and decreased urine output for the last 2 days. Now, I'm not going to show you these notes, but some of the wording in both these letters is almost identical to the wording in the case notes, right? You can't simply do a copy and paste. They will see it, you're supposed to paraphrase it, you're supposed to change it, right? So you're supposed to transform the case notes into grammatically complete sentences and paragraphs, one theme a paragraph. You're not supposed to simply copy and paste, or minimal changes to the case notes, right? So upon examination, blood pressure was right. So what we've got: short sentence, short sentence, short sentence. So these are essentially case notes that have not been joined, right? You're supposed to join like information, yeah. So you've got short case note sentence, short case note sentence, short case note sentence, or so it seems anyway, right? The blood pressure was so usually you put a list of of symptoms. Upon examination, she showed so and so and so and so. There's no need to have separate sentences, right? I want you to join, make complex ones. And this was no. So I would do that which she has, then that which she has not. Don't mix it up. She's got this, she doesn't have this, but she's got this. Right? That makes more like sense. So symptoms are so and so, so and so. However, there is no blah blah blah. Right? That makes more sense. You can make that a complete sentence. So if we grab that, put that there. Right? So let's put PM, put a comma there. Blood test indicated. So then we've got the contrast. However, ultrasound showed nothing abnormal. Now, she wasn't consulted. Was consulted. So that implies the nephrologist consulted her. Hello, Mrs. Patient. Can I have a consultation? No, she consulted, but she didn't consult. Consult means when you go to somebody's office, or like a specialist. She was seen by, but again, you would expect that. So you don't really need this. I would expect she's in hospital. So this doesn't. So first, she wasn't consulted, right? She consulted, but that means that she went to see the consultant, but the consultant was in the hospital. So we don't even need that. That doesn't make sense. So it's saying we've got short sentence, short sentence, short sentence. It's prescribed and last sentence. Okay. In a week, Mr. condition remarkably improved. Still up. Short case note sentence, short case note sentence, short case note. Short case note sentence. You're supposed to be joining these up like information. So noted, obviously approved. We've increased urinary output. Of course, it was kind of noticed, you know. And BOM grade levels significantly decreased. In view of the above, to be discharged. She must be driven home by someone. Well, yeah. In view of the above, with the discharge. So you need to put something in the case notes. It says something like she can't drive herself. Yeah, she couldn't. I think it's like she can only go home if somebody is gonna drive her. Yeah. So please note she must be driven home by someone, or discharge. Please note only if. So we need to put the condition in. Please note only if she is driven by someone, or only if she is driven home by. So anyway, so we need to make the point that she shouldn't be driving. All right, however you word it. So the first intake, so highly recommended. Again, you've got this short sentence. Okay, then you've got this. Where's this sentence from? Please note she's been taken. Where's that come from? It's just come out of kind of nowhere, So, okay, so not too bad, but organization-wise, it needs a bit of work. Short sentences need to be joined up, and well, you can see now the second one. Why did you regard as marriage patient of yours, your patient? Okay, very well, but he's been discharged today into your care. I'm writing to you regarding your patient. Admitted on the 27th. Who's admitted on the 27th? Discharged into your care. Okay, that's not bad. Initially, Mrs. McNair, fatigue. I don't know why. Is this not the same? Fatigue and tiredness. Is it not? I'm fatigued. I'm tired. Now, at this time, right? So obviously, well, it's not at this time, is it? It's at that time. And you don't, So initially, when she went into hospital, right, she complained of fatigue, being tired, and had, right, so you use present perfect, but it's not connecting past and kind of present. This was in the past when she came in. It's simple past, yeah? So being tired, had low urine output for 2 days. Now, what was confirmed by laboratory investigation? So you did some lab tests that told you that she was tired, and and her urine output was low. Well, you don't need lab investigations to tell you that, really. So that doesn't make sense, does it? So get rid of that. Now, right, tell me what she's got, not what she hasn't got. All right. So what does she have first? And then, however, she doesn't have this. All right. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense. Although her examination was totally unremarkable, she had blah, 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 but it wasn't totally unremarkable then. Really, was it? You know? So, what does she have? Then, however, although you might expect it, she didn't have this. That makes more sense, right? So we don't really need that. Don't tell me what she doesn't have, you know? So, with medical analysis, revealed elevated levels. The elevated, we don't have an article there. Elevated levels, because we've got two, yeah? Creatinine and urea. Therefore, well, you don't need this, therefore. You could just simply say, for which she, why didn't that work? For which she received, okay, in the next day. The following day. A nephrologist consulted her, right? He didn't consult her, right? When people contact me, right, they're consulting me, yeah? I'm not consulting them, they're consulting me in the same way. A nephrologist didn't consult her. She consulted him. She was seen by a nephrologist, yeah? The following day, right, you could say she was seen by, if you have to do it, yeah? She was seen by a nephrologist. However, there was no indication at that time. What's up at that time? It's simple past, right? No indication. However, there was no indication that that would be suitable or indication. I'm not going to change every single word. During the next week, has improved. So when we're using present perfect, we're connecting that point in the past with this point, right? So during the next week, her condition improved, yeah? During that week, okay, her condition improved. Or if you're saying, you know, today her condition has improved, connecting today with when she was admitted, all right? So your condition improved and many offers to encourage, despite being stable, requires assistance from someone who can transport her back home or to her home. Now, and then, right, you've got this sentence here that seems to come out of nowhere. Additionally, I replaced losartan with valsartan. Do you mention losartan at all previously? Well, you don't really, do you? So the reader, see, where does this come from? You know? In view of the above, very appreciate your time, Miss Maric. Any queries, don't hesitate to contact me. Okay, so you can see there's a few things here you need to look at in these two letters. Right, hope that helps. So some organization stuff, some grammar, some tenses here. I need a bit of work. What else? What else? Yeah, structure, organization, you know. So, not too bad, but a few things to work on, I think. Right, I wasn't intending this, but, you know, there you go. Hope that helps. Okay, I'll see you later.